Hi everyone, welcome to the first lesson of the German class. There is already an intro video on my channel talking about the structure of this lesson, advice for learning a foreign language, things to avoid when learning a foreign language, why I don't like Rosetta Stone, and just it's a very long introduction, but if you want to watch it, you can go look at it. If you don't want to watch it, just go on to this lesson and you can start learning. If you continue with the lessons, I would recommend at some point going back and watching that introduction because I really I feel it's important to justify why I'm teaching the way I'm teaching and why I think this is a really good strategy. And there's just some good general advice in there. So in this lesson, I'm just going to be, it's all going to be built around this dialogue. So I'm going to start out by reading the dialogue and I'm going to move the cursor on each word as I say it. So just listen and pay attention to the pronunciation, which letters, make which sound, how the sounds are different than your native language. And again, I'm assuming you are a native English speaker. If not, just adapt. So after you listen a few times, then you can continue on. You might just want to listen, rewind, listen again, and then once you feel you're comfortable with it, go ahead and I'll go line by line and talk about the aspects of the pronunciation that you need to focus on. My voice isn't really the best in the world, and I have trouble enunciating, especially in English. But I'm going to try my best to speak clearly and slow down properly. It's really hard to speak slow enough for people that are beginning a language. You really do need to speak slowly, or you're just going to get lost if I speak quickly and blur all the words together. But if I speak word by word isolated, I'll sound like a robot, and it might sound kind of unnatural. So I'm trying to find a good middle ground between that. I actually, this is my third take or so because I just started laughing in the middle of it because I sounded really robotic. And this dialogue, I tried to make it realistic, but again, if such a limited vocabulary when you do the first lesson of a language, it's going to be unnatural to an extent because you have to cut out so much of, you have to really thin out which words you use, and you can only introduce so many things at one time. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the first lesson. Lesson 1. Wie heißt du? Was bist du? Guten Morgen. Wie heißt du? Guten Morgen. Ich heiße Sarah. Wie heißt du? Ich heiße Jan. Arbeitest du hier? Nein, ich arbeite nicht. Ich bin Studentin. Ach so, ich bin auch Student. Wo studierst du? Ich studiere hier in Deutschland. Du bist Student, aber arbeitest du auch? Ja. Wo arbeitest du? Ich arbeite zu Hause. Jan, das hier ist Stefan, mein Freund. Er ist ein Freund von dir? Nein, er ist mein Freund, nicht nur ein Freund von mir. Ihr seid zusammen? Ja, wir sind zusammen. Zwei Freunde von mir sind auch zusammen. Johanna und Paul. Wer sind sie? Ist Paul Student oder arbeitet er? Er arbeitet hier. Ich arbeite auch hier und Paul ist auch ein Freund von mir. Ach so. Tschüss. Tschüss. Okay, so you're gonna want to pause it and go down to the vocabulary here. This is a little glossary what everything means. Try to figure out on your own what everything means and go through the grammar as well and see how everything works. You might just want to read over this all on your own, and that will help you to know what's going on. Alternatively, you can just kind of keep watching the video and go back and read everything later, because I'm really just going to be focused on pronunciation right now. So it's kind of up to you how you learn better. Do you need to know what all this means, or can you just focus on pronunciation and look at the meaning later? So I'm just going to be talking about pronunciation here. Okay, the first thing you'll notice is this letter is V. It's not W, it's V, and it's always pronounced V. So just like in English, all of these question words like who, what, when, where, why, they're all going to be spelled with V instead of W. So you'll have V. Make sure you say V and not we. And the next thing you'll notice is IE. In English, this would be IE and EI. In German, it's E. This is E. And this is A. E. A. A. E. And this is always pronounced E. And this is always pronounced I. So these two vowels together are called diphthongs. And that's, when you learn a new language, you have to learn what sound each letter makes. But more importantly is what these combinations of letters make. So one good way to remember this is E and this is I is to just remember wie heißt du. You can remember wie heißt, and you'll always know E and I. So when you see another word that has an E and I in it, let's see if I can find one here. Like here, just think, is this the same as wie, or is this the same as heißt? It's the same as heißt, so this would be arbeite, not the other way around. Wie heißt du? So, sorry, this is a double S sound. So German just uses this SZ. This is used as a double S. So it's just pronounced as if it were two S's together, which is always a S sound. Heißt. Wie heißt du? You'll notice the vowel sound is, I really can't describe vowel sounds effectively. It's really difficult to describe those effectively. Your best way to learn these is just to listen and copy. So listen to a lot of German and, du. It sounds different than English. It's really hard to articulate why. So what will this be? What letter is it? This is V. Was bist du? Okay, so was, again, V, as. This is pretty straightforward. Bist. Again, this is very similar to English. You have a short I sound. This is an E, but it's short, so it's an I sound instead of E or I or something like that. Okay. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. So sometimes this, just like in English, this T sound won't always be a t t t. If you're speaking more quickly, it might kind of just get dropped. This is. I probably should go through the whole alphabet really quick, just to tell you the names of the letters. I'm trying to find. Yeah, there we go. So here we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. So if you need to review that, you can always just rewind and listen to that a few times. I'm going to refer to all the letters by their German name in the future. So, okay. So T, guten Morgen, and this is er, and the German er is often er. It has a trill to it. It's not like a Spanish trill where you trill the tip of your tongue. You're actually trilling that thing that hangs on the back of your mouth. It's one of the most difficult sounds in German, and it's made more difficult because, in this word, it's, and again, I'm talking about standard German, so it's in certain dialects of German the trill might be different, but in standard German it's so sometimes you could say like Guten Morgen, but really it's Morgen, Morgen. It's that R sound is very often just kind of swallowed, or it becomes almost a more. It just becomes like a vowel sound. Guten Morgen. Ich heiße Sarah. Okay, so here we have the CH. Ich. Ich. It's not ish. It's not a sh. It's sh. So, I could explain to you where to put your tongue and everything, but you really just want to listen really closely to how this is pronounced and just try to copy it. The main thing is that the tip of your tongue is not actually going to be going up; it's going to be pushing down, and you're using the middle part of your tongue to push up rather than the tip. So, ich heiße, ich, nicht, nicht, ich heiße Sarah. Okay, so here we have z. This is S, but the S at the beginning of a German word is usually a z sound. So Zara, Zara, and because this is at the beginning of a syllable, so it actually will be more of a trill, whereas this Morgen, this is at the end of a syllable, so it's less articulated. Ich heiße Sarah. Wie heißt du? Ich heiße Jan. Okay, that's Jod. Jod. The Jod in German is always a y sound, never a j sound. Ich heiße Jan. Arbeitest du hier? Okay, arbeitest. Arbeitest. So you can, usually the trilling won't happen in this because again this is at the end of the syllable, and then you have the ei, so it's I, arbeitest, and this is pretty similar to in English. All the letters are how you would expect them to be in English as well. Let me check how much time I've been. Don't see. I'm probably going to cut the video soon because this program doesn't really like long recordings. I'll go a few more lines and then do another part continuing. Okay, arbeitest du hier? Hier. So again, IE is E, or not, I'm sorry, EA is E, here, here. And when das is at the end of a word, it's usually it's not articulated as a trill. So, I'm not going to say here, I'm going to say here, here. It's almost like the British accents where you don't say car, you say ka. So here. Nein, ich arbeite nicht. Nicht. So this is the same sound as in ich, nicht, nicht. Ich bin Studenten. Ich bin Studenten. So here st, if it's an s, it's z, Sarah, Sarah, but st is st, st, Studenten, Studenten. And again, this T is usually not really articulated. Ich bin Studenten. So you'll notice this word is, German usually puts the stress on the first part of a word or syllable. So you have arbeiten, you have heißen, you have guten. So this is an exception where you actually have Studenten, Studenten. So the stress is on den, Studenten. And it's really important to make the st. It's not student, it's Studenten. Okay, I'm going to end the video and move on to part 2 just so that it doesn't mess up on the save.